Welcome to the Inbound Debate. I'm the host, James McFarlane. On my left, I've got Dan Holt, Managing Director of Inbound, and on my right, I've got Nick Pateman, Technical Director. Now, this week, we're going to be talking about what should we be worried about more? Should we be worried about the EMD update, the Panda update, or maybe it doesn't matter? Dan?
So I'm just trying to recover from that falling joke. So I would, personally, I feel that because there's now been 21 Panda updates, I sort of feel that while we never really know what's coming next, I sort of feel like we've got a good feel for what it's all about and where it's going. I think now we're at the point where the changes are fairly incremental, whereas EMD, I feel like it's a bit of an unknown quantity, and therefore I'm quite nervous. Also because, from a personal point of view, we've got quite a lot at stake, I feel, with the next EMD update in terms of the impact it had initially on some of our sites. Mm-hmm. So for those reasons, I am certainly a bit more nervous about EMD.
Okay. I have no nerves really with either. I think Panda's probably going to be another Panda update that everyone just goes, oh, what actually happened? Like, not really any big movements. But the EMD update, I think Dan disagrees with me strongly here, that actually the next EMD update will see a much more positive result for a lot of webmasters who got caught up in the last one. As you're probably aware, tons of people who had legitimate sites, James had a few, we had a few, had a few keywords in them, but they weren't exact match domains, and they got hit completely out of the search engines. I think the next EMD update is going to roll that back a bit. It's going to go a bit easier. Google's going to look at those mistakes and kind of push things back and make things a bit better for us.
What do you guys feel? Because this is I think this is important for people who don't do SEO, right? They don't have an SEO company doing anything for them. They just have a business that they have online. What do you feel, EMD or Panda, is more easy to get accidentally hit by? If you don't do any SEO, but which you...
It's got to be EMD. Because, with EMD, for me anyway, people just generally bought keywords domains. They were like, oh, what do I do? I'm like a baker or something, and I think I mentioned Annie's Bakery or something once, and you'd buy Annie's Bakery, and because of the word bakery in your domain, you suddenly got hit.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think with Panda, I think, to be honest, most of the sites, even if you felt a bit hard done by initially, actually when you dug a little deeper, you kind of knew that actually if you had got hit, you probably deserved it. Whereas I think EMD, there was a bit more of a sense of, I think the term used was kind of collateral damage. There were sites that were hit that arguably shouldn't have been. But that's precisely why I would be nervous about any future updates, because we've seen that this seems like a fairly temperamental update. I mean, it's probably worth adding that actually EMD is just an extension of the Panda filter, so we believe. So really you would expect them both to be going in the same direction, but I just feel as we're only kind of one generation into EMD, an awful lot remains unknown.
Yeah, I mean, with Panda, for me, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would kind of keep doing a best practice, keep doing everything that everyone's been doing since the first update came out, tidy everything up. But with EMD, for me, there's hope. There's hope that people who did get caught up in the collateral will come back stronger than ever.
I mean, I think it's interesting that obviously there's two sides of the story, and I know that you mentioned it's kind of an extension of the Panda filter, but I think that was only said by Danny Sullivan. I don't actually think that he had really anything to back him up.
Danny Sullivan, Danny Holt.
I think if you get caught up with Panda, what I'm less scared about with Panda is it gets updated every month. So you can look at things that you might think have gone wrong with Panda and see definite results. Whereas EMD, if you get caught up, there's not a lot known about this update. So we're only guessing at how to fix it at the moment. And if we have to wait 3-6 months before the next update, and it doesn't update, we might have to wait 3 and 6 again. So I think we'd all agree that with Panda, there's better room for recovery in a much shorter time span than with EMD.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. This has been the Inbound Debate. This has been Dan Holt, Nick Pateman, James McFarlane. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.